Hello and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. I am your host, Limbo Silver Dragon, and before you get your hopes up with feeling that there's a good chance that this might actually continue from here, I just wanted to show you that the level 1 bug still appears to be present. As far as I can tell. I'll go kill something real quick just to test, but I'm pretty sure this is basically, nope, still here, still a problem, still can't really do anything about it. So let's go shoot this guy, just so I can demonstrate this. Come on. Shoot the dude. Did I hit him? I did. Also shoot that dude. Man, that's a lot of lag all at once. I think the effects for the megaton cannons are causing a lot more lag than they... Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Come on, shoot him. There we go. Yeah, it's not really improving. Well, anyway, I'm sorry to bum you guys out. I don't think the save is recovered even though the update came through. The update might have fixed it for something else, but I haven't actually looked at the patch notes. It's just this save in particular isn't really getting improved here. Can't even buy the thimble tractor pad that you need in order to, like, the usual unlock process. Or the GSO delivery cannon. Well, anyway, let's get on with what we're going to do today, which, again, I'm not sure I like these little marker things. I mean, they're useful, but at the same time, I'd rather they not be showing all the time. Just when I hovered over something instead of, I don't know. Anyway, back on target. Let's go to the building array system thing. Yes, the R&D test chamber. Start new. Alright, so for this episode, well, of course, I need to read off the shoutouts. You didn't think you could get away from that, could you? No, it's back. More shoutouts, because people keep adding them up, and they keep multiplying. I'm starting to wonder if I should cut out this kind of process altogether, because I'm starting to worry it's going to, detract from the meaning of the thing. I don't know. I'm kind of silly. Let's get down to business. First shout out is Cable Dude 18. That's what I think it's supposed to be said like. Either that or it's CBL Dude 18. I'll go with Cable Dude. Corpse Grinder 360 of the Corpse Army. Curator Productions, Daniel Martin, Donovan Francis, Emilio Wright from the Wright Brothers, okay, George Green, Guncat 001, he's the first agent of the British Embassy. I'm joking around here a little bit. Jacob Duncan, J's for the win. I imagine it's for the win because that's what FTW means usually when it's compressed like that and caps locked and all that. So either it's J's FTW or it's J's for the win, which I think the latter, the J's for the win sounds better. For the win! John Simarusti. That's a really interesting name. Luxzeevs. Sorry, that's a very interesting name. It just gives me pause every time. Mike Provost. I mean, my own name gives people pause from time to time, so I'm not really... it's not like it's a bad thing, it's just like, huh. It's a very interesting name back there. Nicholas Harris. Pintran the Pigamer. Pintran, the Pigamer. Yeah, that's also a very interesting name. Robert Cole. And Tayo. Tayo. Tayo? Tayo. 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 No, I think it's Tayo. I think. I'd hope so. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. That's all of the things. Now, onwards with the build today. We are going to build a hovercraft at the request of Gamer Celestia. Despoyer. This vehicle is to be extremely fast and a hovercraft, so that's what we're going to build today. Now, what I want to test real quick is see if this one is heavier than 4 regular hover plates. That's what I'm going to test here today. I'd like to use that just because it'll look kind of neat. I mean, doesn't that look kind of neat, that slopey curved bit? It just kind of looks neat to me. Maybe I'll add another one on the back. Yeah, something like that. And then maybe... I need a slope. Another slope. It looks like some kind of funky car. I like it. Yes, that's good. That's a good start. Okay. Let's see here. I should add another one of these. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so then we want to add maybe a little bit more off to the front here. That really does kind of look neat, I have to say, with the sloped bits there. Looks kind of cool. That's a little bit too long. Let's get a slightly shorter one. There we go. Now, so if we stick these on the side, aha, okay. Can we put it more central and it would work fine? No, it needs to be a little bit more balanced. Okay, so this is slightly a problem because these are like 4x4s. So I need to figure out how to make this work better. I guess I'll just go with something simple for the moment, just to test this. So let's quickly just grab a simple vehicle, make it very, very simple, very straightforward, but very easily identifiable as the same kind of design. And we just take a simple factor and give it some ability to manipulate its positioning and ability to move and stuff. So like this. Stop. I need it to stop moving forward, so I need to balance it out a little bit here. No. Gee, there we go. It's like pushing the wrong buttons around here. Okay. And then we need... How does that do? So now it's kind of leaning backwards. Let's add a few of these. Let's add another one of these. Now it's... It appears to be balanced. Okay. Now what we need is something to help keep it stable. So some gyros would be good, I think. Okay, stop bouncing. That's really, really distracting. Okay, we'll do something like this. How's that? Does that weigh a lot? I think it does weigh a little bit towards the back a bit. Get some nice aerofoils there, maybe. Actually, let's check that for a sec. Check that one. And then we need to have, I think I'm going to put these on the side. Yeah, and then we're going to put some of these like this, I guess, to help. How's that look? It's sliding backwards. Yeah, okay, so it's sliding backwards. We need to change the weight distribution still. Let's try moving the wings further back here. Okay, weight distribution. It still appears to be sliding backwards. So that means the weight is still further to the front. So let's quickly edit that to fix the weight issue. I think adding a little bit more. Whoop. Hey, get back here. Oh dear, undo. Just stop moving. No, stop. Okay, take that off. Put that aside and stop floating or bouncing up and down. That's really. This is actually surprisingly annoying to work with. And now it's leaning forwards. Okay, let's try moving these back again. Maybe that'll change the weight distribution. Given I'm moving sideways, and not quite backwards as much, I think that's actually pretty good. Okay. Let's try this. Oh dear. Okay. It needs to be a little bit further balanced, I think. So I need to actually change the arrangement. Okay. I might also want to play around with some of the thruster capabilities of this vehicle, because this is kind of silly. Okay, just get to the center. Okay. There we go. Let's try arranging this differently. I have to test this first to figure out which of if I prefer the experimental parts or the regular hover parts in this instance. That's what I'm trying to test here, and what I need to test to make this hopefully work as intended. Okay, actually, get rid of that. Let's get this, and then get some horn boosters. Yeah, I think this will help considerably. Let's arrange that upwards so I can put these on here. Because horn boosters should help me to navigate in spite of the issue of etc. going on here. Yeah, okay, but I can't reverse now. I need to give it some horn boosters for reversing. I think I can do it like that, maybe. Yeah, like that will do. Fine, I guess. Now I can back up, now I can move forward. Sweet. Okay, I got some maneuverability now. And now I have use for the horn boosters and thrusters, because it's actually somewhat more useful than the propeller engines would be for a hover vehicle. As far as I can tell, it seems to work reasonably well. Yeah, check that crazy nonsense out. That worked out. That's working actually rather well. But I'd like it to move faster. So now I'm like, how can I make this move faster? I feel like I should have something like this, maybe. Let's see, is it drifting backwards? A little bit. Let's try balancing it a little bit, the weight a little bit further using that. How's that doing? It appears to be slightly leaning forwards. Okay, that really did help. Oh wow, look at this. This is actually a surprisingly speedy little guy. Or actually, no, it's not a proper sound, I think. Like, because it's hovering off the ground. Ay! Okay, yeah. So that's the problem with hover vehicles. They do not like uneven terrain. I can't even get out of here. Help! Get out! No, okay, fine. They do not like uneven terrain. Okay. That's actually pretty good, though. The problem with this design is that the thrusters are actually going to make things difficult to slow down. Actually, considering this already gives me forward thrust now, so I don't actually need the horn boosters to do it. Oh gosh, can you stop sliding around, please? Stop. Stop sliding around, please. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm thinking, instead what I can do is this. So that will give me propulsion forwards, and that will help slow me down. And also help me turn without actually forcing any other kind of changes in the arrangement of the system. But now I'm kind of like, you know what, I'd like to change this around further. Try this on for size, maybe. So, where am I bound? How is my balance? It seems to be fairly reasonable. Let's try this on for size. What? Why can I not... Oh. Huh. That's interesting. Can I hold the shift? No. If I'm holding forward, I can't easily use the horn boosters for some reason. But if I let go of forward, I can then suddenly turn. That's interesting. I didn't know that was kind of a thing with this kind of mobility engine system. Okay, that seems pretty cool. Seems functional. A little bit obnoxious in some regards, given how the maneuvering seems to constantly want to shove me backwards a lot more proficiently than otherwise. And yeah, it's a little bit annoying to handle, I gotta say. Just drifting all over the place unintentionally. Yeah, okay. Okay. This thing is really unstable. Just, nope, stop. Okay, maybe having some forward horn boosters would be kind of nice, just to balance out this kind of, sliding. Okay. Now, it actually almost wears me out just trying to deal with trying to balance out the stinking thing. Okay, let's try some, let's try using a whole bunch of these smaller ones. I kind of wonder how effective they'll actually be comparatively, or if they'll just be effectively the same thing, just not as bulky. In fact, actually, I might end up dragging on the ground because of the horn boosters. It's a little bit closer to the ground, but I'm not having issues there. I don't really notice any difference. I'm guessing it would be more noticeable when it comes to weight, as for the hover pad versus the smaller hover units. The only two differences, it seems, is that that hover thing has like side mounts and is further down than these are. I'd say that's actually a pretty good test, though. That tells me that I can use either as preferred, rather than having a preference requirement for either of them, because of how the design works. Now, to build a good design here. Okay, let's just tear this thing apart. There we go. Now onto our actual soon-to-be hover vehicle. Or at least that's the plan. It looks like a scoop. Okay, it looks like a scoop. Like, this is the handle right here, and this is the scoop right here. It's upside down at the moment, so you can't really easily see it, but it looks like a scoop. Like, the top, you just... It looks kind of cool, though, so far. I'm liking how it's coming together. Let's see here. If I can just see about sticking on, maybe... I think that's actually working pretty good. Let's put an altimeter on it so you can see how fast we're moving. Okay, here we go. Let's get up to speed. Ooh, about 83, 84. Yeah, just about between 83 and 84, so like 83.5 or 83.9 maybe. Thrusters gets me up to almost 100 miles per hour. That's pretty good, I'd say. That's really good, actually. I'm liking that. Now the problem with this... Oh yeah. There's definitely a problem here. with the turning. If the fuel runs out, it loses a lot of its capacity to turn as easily as it does. Interesting. I want to make it faster, though. I feel like it's not quite fast enough yet. Like, I got up to, like, what, 83 miles per hour? Maybe I can make it even faster if I do something like this. Okay. Stop moving, please. Let's try that. Wait, actually, check the balance. Make sure it's still, level. It's leaning a little bit further forwards now, so I can actually maybe slide that backwards to counterbalance it. Yeah, just a little bit. Uh-oh. Oops. Nope. That changed the... Dang it. Put that back where it was. I wanted to move this further back. How about now? I think that's good. Okay, now let's try this on for size. Oh yeah, I went from 83 point something or other to 92. And we can get over 104. Oh yeah. That's pretty good. We're getting up there. We're definitely getting some significant boost to our speed utilizing that And I got a little bit more control over my direction. I think this is coming along really nicely so far. Okay, it's just meant to be a really fast, high-speed hovercraft. Now let's see here how to improve further. I'd like it to still be faster because I feel like if it's not going 100 miles per hour if it's not able to go 100 miles per hour on its own, it needs further work. This is kind of like building an airplane in a way, so it actually is, as a result, maybe head-scratchingly difficult to perfect. But at the same time, it's kind of neat in its own regard, so something different for sure. It's not as difficult as the flying, I think. It is requiring of a certain amount of balance, but I think it is easier comparatively. Okay, let's see how fast we can go now. Okay, top speed. Ooh, just short of 100. Thrusters gets us actually not that much faster. So thrusters in this case would be better served getting us up to speed, basically. That's what they would do for us in this instance. I think I'm going to actually go ahead and add a few more turbines instead of fiddling around further with the design as much. Take off the thrusters, because they're not doing as much for me. These rear thrusters here. They're not doing as much for me anymore. They were altering the weight, admittedly, but I intend to basically change how things are functioning anyway. Okay, now, can I get over 100? Oh yeah, there we go. Over 100 miles per hour. Excellent. And it's got some pretty decent turning. Yeah, there we go. I think we got it. Oop. Okay, now there's a new problem that's surfaced. High-speed turning is now causing it to flip over. So, what I'm going to do for that is actually something very, very simple, and I think should easily fix the problem. Let's get a few of these. Because basically it's just not wide enough on the base, on the hovering base. Which I think I can easily just fix by just extending out the sides here with some angle brackets to keep it light. Add some nice little hover pads on the sides, like so. Make sure it's balanced. I'd say it is. And now it should be more stable for high-speed turns. Oh yeah, check that out. Oh yeah! High-speed turning, high maneuverability. Yeah, I think this did the trick. Oh, well, I guess it's not going to be able to climb up very easily, up inclines. At least not like 45-degree inclines like that. That's a little bit too sharp for it. Actually, that's not like 45 degrees. That's more like 30 degrees maybe. I think. Still, it's abrupt incline like that is too much for it, I think. So yeah, I think that's actually it for this design. Came together rather nicely, and it remains quite functional. And it has some pretty good turning capability, even at high speed. I like this. Just like zoom. I can change directions on the fly. Also, it stopped having that issue that it was having earlier, after the improvements that I've made. It doesn't want to flip over anymore. You can get up to a good 103, 104 maybe. Oop. Gotta watch out for those inclines, but yeah, it can get up to a really good high speed now. I think it leans really heavily to the front when moving forward. I think that's because of the weight. Well, not the weight, but all the thrust being on the top here is conflicting with that, and I'd probably have to go through complete redesign to balance it out. So it would do that less and be more centralized, just going straight forward. I think it'd be possible. I just have to move these down onto the sides and then reconfigure based off of that. But I like how it looks right now. It kind of gives me the impression of like a shark. Only it's like a technologically advanced doomsday shark that rams into you. I wonder how effective actually ramming with this thing would be. Or if it wouldn't be very effective at all. I don't know. I just kind of wonder. There is room for improvement too. You could probably put in like repair fields and maybe a shield and some other mechanisms. And you could probably fit in a few guns too. But I think for the intention of what was requested, which by Gamer Celestia was the extreme speed hovercraft, I think this is actually pretty good. It did seem to be capping out. The more I put on there, the less it was gaining, I think. So I think at this point we're not seeing a whole lot of returns. I mean, it might be a little bit. I mean, I might be able to bypass it a little bit if I put on a few more, just for experimentation's sake. Let's try putting a few more on here, like this. How about now? Yeah, look, it only gained like 5 miles per hour there from 104-ish, 104, 105. So after just adding 4 of them. So yeah, it's not really benefiting as much from the enhancement. If I started adding a whole bunch of these on here, it would just start to really bog it down, really, I think. So, and it wouldn't look as cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and check these off and be done with it. So yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. A short one today. I kind of wanted it to be short because I've been having a hard time with all the super long episodes I've been doing lately. Working up late into the night, killing myself, trying to make sure I get the video out on time and updated on the day that I want it to get out. Ay, ay, ay. I was... Ugh. But you guys seem to love the videos, so I hope that this one is also enjoyable. Man, this vehicle is so hard to control. I really am not used to vehicles that just kind of drift all the time. It's just not normal to me. I feel like this thing needs to have a little bit more balancing towards the middle for its thrusters. Well, anyway, I can work on it some more if Gamer Celestia wants to, best boy, or wants me to do some more work on this or make it even faster somehow, which I guess I could. Might be more difficult because these things are not gonna increase it as easily at this point. I guess I could add some thrusters, but at the same time they wouldn't help a whole lot either. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I think this was a good design as it is now, and you can check it out on the on Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter. I get those two mixed up more often than I want to. But yeah, you can check this out on Twitter because I'll be uploading it right now. I'm gonna call this, since it's GCE. I can't do parentheses, dang it. Okay, so just Gamer Celestia, well, yeah, GCE, which would, Hover Shark. The Hover Shark, yes, because it looks like a shark to me, so the GCE Hover Shark. This is the GCE Hover Shark that I made in TerraTech. Okay, and yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be recording, and Selenvo out.